Welcome back to the garden here in Neath, South Wales. Well, I was so glad to wake up this morning and see some much needed rain. The temperature lately has been up to 30 degrees and full sun, and I've been struggling to keep the garden watered. So this rain was really needed. Trying my best in between the showers to try and get a little bit of work done in the garden. It's lovely to see a little bit of rain though, and I'm not complaining. We managed to get that large palm tree, the Trachycarpus from B&M, into the garden last night after work. It was quite a job, but it was quite late, so I didn't really manage to film it. But I'll take you now and show you where we've put it in the garden. If I walk you now down from my back door, let me just show you first this hosta guacamole. This is the one in the pot, and just look at the flower stems on that now. They've grown absolutely huge. Beautiful flowers. And this plant now is probably about 1.5 meters across. It's grown absolutely massive. So, anyway, let's start at the top of the garden. So walking down the path, past the greenhouse, if I take you down to the bottom of the garden, down to the very bottom. So it's not looking at its best at the moment because I always get the bits from the conifers falling from the sky. Well, anyway, if you can just look in the corner, that now is where we've placed the new Trachycarpus. And there wasn't really many options of where we could put it in the garden, but this corner did need something to fill it up. And that's been in now since yesterday. So Tony dug a huge hole. We filled that hole with plenty of compost and bone meal and planted it in. And there it should have full sun for most of the day. Well, when the sun decides to make another appearance anyway. If we walk from the other direction, down to the garden path, down to the bottom bed, past the cordyline indivisor, you'll see now that this is the Trachycarpus that greets you there. And it definitely did need something in this corner just to fill it up. It's a lovely decent size on this plant for £150 in B&M. An absolute bargain. It's in much better condition than the last one we bought there, although I'm sure that one will come in time, but they do tend to pout a little bit. So this is the other one that we bought from B&M last year. You can see that it is quite a little bit smaller, and it does tend to be a little bit yellower in colour, but I'm sure it will come. And that's the new one. I think just give this one a little bit of time. Time and patience. That's what we need in the garden, and that's one thing that I have learnt. We cleared the garden in 2020 and started tropical style gardening in 2021, and in that time you would never think that some of these plants could grow as tall as this. This Tetrapanax is only 3 years old, And just look how tall it is. It's much taller than I am. So a few days ago, I did place here this viburnum that I moved from a different part of the garden. But I'm not sure that the viburnum is the right choice for here. So I have got something else in mind. And I'm going to go now and dig that up from another part of the garden. And just under here, this is the plant that I've got in mind, just for placing there in the centre, as it will have the shade from the canopy of the Tetrapanax leaves. So I'm going to get my trowel and dig this out. So it's actually turned out now to be a nice dry evening here in South Wales. And I'm loving that plant there. Just filling up that space. That looks much nicer then, I think, than the viburnum. And that can grow into quite a large size. It's much better since I had to trim off the lower leaves of the Tetrapanax. It's a lovely plant, but it does tend to get in the way of all the pathways and I can't get around the garden. But at least by doing that, it's opened up some more planting opportunities for underneath. And I think that looks really nice. And the trouble is, when the bananas are all wrapped away now in the winter months, and the Tetrapanax tends to die back in the winter to just a stem, this part of the garden is just an open space. So by adding in something now evergreen, and I've got that phormium there as well, and the soft caress, the mahonia, it should add a bit of all year round structure in the garden. And that's what we want, something to look at throughout the winter months as well. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like gardening videos like this, please press the like, comment and subscribe, and also the notification bell so you never miss an update from the garden. Until next time, see you all soon. Bye for now.